Hi guys, Townsend here. Hope you guys are doing good. I've got your decimal review in front of me. I wanted to go over with you. I want to make sure that you guys are able to do these and do these well. Decimals are really important. I want to make sure a couple of things. Every time you have a whole number, you want to make sure that you always have a decimal point after it. And I lined it up right here where I have 27 and I stacked my next number right underneath it. 9.8. And do you notice how every whole number's got this decimal point? And there's no value here, so that numerically means that there's a 0. Okay, so 0 plus 8 is 8, 7 and 9 is 16. You carry your 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, so your answer is 36.8. And then this pirate would end up moving this way. Okay? The next problem that you have is 104.3 minus 8.61. Once again, you want to go ahead and make sure that you line up your decimals, especially when you subtract. Rewrite them correctly. Be mindful of that. 104.30 minus 8.61. And notice I had the 0 here, even though there's not one here, but anytime you want to add a 0 after any number in the decimal place, it doesn't change this number, this value at all, okay? So when you go ahead and do that, it does make a difference when you subtract because this is no longer a 0, it's actually a 10, and that becomes a 2, okay? So 10 minus 1 is 9. Of course, 12 minus 6 is 6. This is a 3, which becomes a 13. I know my pen's hard to see. I'm sorry. So 13 minus 8, of course, is 5. And then this was a 9. So then 9 minus 0 is 9. Okay? All right. So your answer should have been 95.69. And as long as you lined up, oh, we're fuzzy. All right, no, we're not. All right, as long as you lined up your decimals correctly, and then added the 0 here, which was much needed for this space that was empty, you should have gotten 95.69, okay? You want to go ahead and move down. So now you have 67 times 8.4. So just line them up like you would normally. 67 times 8.4, okay? 4 times 7 is 28. Carry your 2. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 2 more is 28. Okay, then you want to go ahead and move it over, put your placeholder. 8 times 7, of course, is 56. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 5 more. And then you want to go ahead and add those two lines up, and you get 562.8. Okay? All right, next one, you're going to move up, and you're moving up to this problem over here, which is 2.3. Okay. Now remember, when you work on this one, you want to make sure that in order to do this, you need to move this decimal place over 1 and then this decimal place over 1. Okay. So you really have this problem that looks like 653.2 divided by 23, because you can't begin to divide with this decimal place being here. Okay. So if you went ahead and you divided using this, you would have ended up with 28.4, because 23 goes into 65, of course, 2 times. 2 times 23 is 46, okay? If you subtract 5 from 6, you can't do it, so this becomes a 15, so that's 9. And this 6 becomes a 4, I don't know, I'm so tired. This 6 becomes a 5. 5 minus 4 is 1, okay? Now bring down your 2. All right, 23 goes into 192 8 times. 8 times 3 is 24. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 more, 17, 18. Okay, now subtract. You guys are doing good. 12 minus 4 is 8. And bring down your 2. So then 23 goes into 82 4 times. 4 times 23 is 82. And then you're finished. Okay? All right, that's how that problem worked out. So you should have gotten 28.4. And if you need help with that one, let me know. Okay? This one is 1004 minus 29.7. Make sure that you're lining up your decimals. That's an issue I think that some of us are having. Or maybe it's just something that we need to work on or have extra practice with. Okay, so maybe it's not an issue. Maybe it's just we need more practice. No big deal. All right? But be mindful of this whole number absolutely needs a decimal place and a 0, because if not, I'm afraid you're going to think there's nothing here, and you're going to make this a 7, where really it's a 0. Okay? So this becomes a 10, this becomes a 3. You guys know how to subtract, okay? But it's 974.3. Okay, you're moving over here, all right? All right, I know that you guys know a little bit about PEMDAS. Okay, DAS. Multiplication and division and subtraction, addition and subtraction work together though. So you have to move left to right when you see these two. So like I always say, when they tie, move left to right. Okay, when they tie, move left to right. Okay, so for instance, subtraction and addition are both there. So like according to PEMDAS, it looks like you want to add first, but that's not necessarily true. When you have addition and subtraction, they tie, so you want to move left to right. So start over here on the left. So 14 minus 9.7, okay, is 4.3 plus 1.63, which gives you 5.93, okay? Once again, you're moving up. Now look, you have division and multiplication. So it looks like with PEMDAS, you want to do the multiplication. Is that division? Oh, shoot. That's addition. I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. Townsley apologizes. All right. It's addition. All right. So 2.5 times 17.3, okay, is 43.25 plus 0.6, and you can add a 0 there because you line up your decimals, and you end up with 43.85. Okay? All right, then you move down here. All right, now we have just a division problem. 8 goes into 75. 9 times 8 is 72. Subtract, you get 3. But shoot, you can't end up with a remainder, so you want to add a 0.0. Bring your 0 down. How many times is 8 going to 30? 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. 30 minus 24 is 6. Shoot, you can't end up with a remainder, so you have to add another 0. 8 goes into 60 7 times. 7 times 8 is 56. 60 minus 56 is 4. Shoot, you can't have a remainder. So bring down another 0, because that 0 doesn't change that number. 8 goes into 40 5 times, and that's how you get 9.375. Okay? And then you move down here. What do we have? Oh, I knew we had one of these. Look, division and multiplication. When they tie, even though in PEMDAS it looks like you have to do multiplication first, you don't. Look, these guys tie. And when they tie, you got to move left to right. Look, they tied, right? Because there's division and multiplication, so you got to move left to right. So start here. 25.2 divided by 3 gives you 8.4, then times 0.7. You should have gotten 5.88. Okay? Make sure you do that one. That's a good one. Next one. 5.88. Move it down. Beep, 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 beep. All right. 5.4 minus 3 plus 7.2 times 8. Now look, these parentheses mean you have to do this first. So 7.2 times 8 is going to give you 57.6. Okay? Rewrite the problem. 5.4 minus 3 plus 57.6. Okay? They tie, right? So you have subtraction and addition. They tie, so move left to right. 6.4 minus 3 is 2.4 plus 57.6, which is 60. And then you end it, okay? I want to see all of your work. I don't want to see it in your head because I can't see it in your head. So you better have written all this out to get your full credit on this very, very important decimal review, find the loot maze, okay? Have a good day. Townsley is out.